Introduce myself first. My name is Febby. I'm from uh, Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta University. Thank you, Miss Nanda, for your time, and until I can ask you some question about your job.
Okay.
Now I will ask you, can you tell me about yourself first?
Okay, my name is Laila. I'm a teacher in the boarding school. It's called by Aisyah Boarding School in Bojonegoro. So I began to teach in this boarding school since 2018 after my graduation in the high school.
Can you tell me about your job description? Did you just teach in the boarding school or you have another job in daily?
Okay, as usually in the everyday at morning until before 12 o'clock, 12 a.m. I usually teaching maybe in the one day I teach 5 class or 6 classes. So uh, after teaching, as usually we as a teacher, we must be a guardian for the students over there. So what can we say? Except guardian, we saw like what listening about their problems, or maybe we could be like problems solving for their problems. Have like that only maybe, or other jobs.
So do you have currently the education qualification to become a teacher?
Okay, like this. Yesterday in my high school, before we graduate in our high school, we have an practical for teaching. Uh, in the for in the 12 practical teaching, we must write first what our special skill. Like me yesterday, when I was student, I wrote that my skill about us about English lesson. So in the practical teaching, I used to be teach about English lesson like that.
So are there any special skills need to become a teacher?
I think this for what can we say? Passion. Yes, passion. Especially for who teach in the upper of elementary school. Because the member are difficult, so they mind are changed like that. Passion. So we make to understand about they psychology, because as we know they have been maturity, and their psychology is also been improving, maybe just like this, like that.
Can you share some of your experience as a teacher?
I have no idea for experience, but I always in my teaching, I always practice what yesterday my teacher taught, that what manjada wajada. Yep, like that only.
Can you describe your teaching style?
Uh, I teach both English lesson and grammar, but sometimes I teaching by watching videos or maybe I read some storytelling story. So the members in the classes they take a summary from my video and from my stories, and then we take what we take a lesson from my video and my stories like grammar or maybe spelling or maybe other.
How do you manage your student behavior in class?
Student behavior.
Sorry, I will repeat it again. How do you manage your students' behavior in class?
Uh, I manage behavior in the class by understanding about the students. Maybe if they are bored, so I ask, what do you want? So if they feeling like sad, so I ask, what do you want? Like that. Like that only.
Uh, how did you cope with the pressure of teaching?
uh, Cope with the pressure of teaching. Okay, I cope the pressure of teaching to giving myself me time. So refreshing my mind from the crowd, from the words of pressure, maybe like take a walk in the uh, open air area or other thing that I used to be. It's like me time. Okay.
The next question. Can you tell me about lesson you look that didn't go well and what you learned from it?
Okay, it's difficult to say, but honestly, the lesson that I feel very difficult and didn't go well, they'll go fit to me, maybe some of Arabic lesson, because it is because the language are improving, or the what the law are so rude, or maybe the important thing is I understand about Arabic, but in some lesson in the Arabic it's difficult for my mind to think about that lesson.
So that means you teach in English language and in Arabic language.
Yes, but for some reason I teach in Arabic, but my lesson many of my lesson is English. I have an Arabic lesson for teaching, but I think it's just a basic lesson, not what advanced lesson. Is very difficult for my to think, for me to think, to talk about it.
So for the last, can you tell me about your career path?
As I tell you in the first, the after my graduation in the high school, so the the what that boarding school is send letter to my mother uh to me for my mother to what I teach in that boarding school. Cause before I took my license for graduate from my boarding school, I must being teaching in the several years. Okay, maybe yes, like that.
Okay, thank you, Miss Nanda, for your time, for your kind and for your answer. I hope that we can meet sometime in another day. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.